They were Korea's golden couple until they disappeared. The untold love story of Song Joong-ki and Song Hye-kyo. It was the romance that lit up all of Asia. A love born from war scenes, whispered behind camera lenses, and sealed on screen with a kiss that felt too real to be acting. They were Korea's most celebrated on-screen couple, and for one perfect moment, the most beloved couple in real life. But then silence. No scandal. No statement. No farewell post. Just a quiet divorce, like a curtain falling on a show the world didn't want to end. This is the untold story of how Song Joong-ki and Song Hye-kyo broke the internet and then walked away from it all. In 2016, the world met Descendants of the Sun. It wasn't just another K-drama. It was a phenomenon. A soldier and a doctor falling in love in a war zone. Drama, suspense, tears, and longing glances that held so much tension, viewers would rewind just to experience the chemistry again. And that chemistry? Oh, it wasn't just acting. You could feel it. Song Joong-ki, the charming captain with a smirk that disarmed even the coldest villain. Song Hye-kyo, the graceful doctor whose calm demeanor made her even more captivating. Their scenes felt like stolen moments. Real. Unscripted. Emotional. Fans weren't just watching a drama. They were watching two hearts fall in sync frame by frame. By mid-2017, whispers started. Was it real? Was Joong-ki always looking at her like that? Were those post-rap dinners actually dates? Then came the shock. They confirmed their relationship and announced their engagement. All in one breath. No leaks, no paparazzi. Just one clean announcement that sent fans into a frenzy. The media dubbed it the Song couple. Wedding invitations were the most desired items in Asia. Even those who didn't believe in love were side-eyeing their phones like, wait, this is real? Their wedding in October 2017? A fairy tale. Cherry blossoms. White roses. A soft blush gown. BTS stars, A-list guests, candlelight glows. It wasn't a wedding, it was a moment in K-drama history. The script of love had finally become reality. But then something shifted. A few months in, fans began noticing the silence. No public appearances. No social media updates. No anniversary posts. And when they were seen together, something felt strained. Some fans dismissed it as privacy. Others felt the winds of change. Then in June 2019, with no build-up, no rumors, just silence, they filed for divorce. Not a scandal. Not a cheating headline. Not even a proper, we've decided to part ways post. Just a brief legal statement. Irreconcilable differences. Just like that, the fairy tale closed its book. Fans were heartbroken. Some blamed the media. Some blamed their busy schedules. Some blamed fate. How could something so perfect just disappear? But the most haunting part? Neither of them ever publicly explained what went wrong. No interviews. No retrospectives. No drama. Just silence. Song Joong-ki went on to star in Vincenzo, reclaiming his throne with sharp wit and cold charisma. Song Hye-kyo returned in Now, We Are Breaking Up, playing a woman whose smile often hides pain. Art imitating life? They lived, but separately. Today, when fans rewatch Descendants of the Sun, it's not just for the drama. It's for the memories. For the kiss in episode 9 that wasn't just acting. For the wedding that wasn't fiction. For the hope that maybe, just maybe, something that perfect could still exist. Because even though the Song couple ended, they left behind a love story so powerful, people still talk about it years later. They didn't need tabloid drama. They didn't need loud exits. They came, loved loudly, and left softly. But in the hearts of millions, they'll always be the couple that made the world believe in love, even if just for a while. Sometimes the most beautiful love stories don't last forever. But they don't have to. They just need to be real while they lasted. And for one perfect moment, Song Joong-ki and Song Hye-kyo gave us that. The realest, softest, most unforgettable K-drama love story ever written, not by a screenwriter, but by fate. When forever ends quietly, they were once each other's beginning. But what happens when the beginning forgets to become the middle, when the forever you promised folds under its own silence? Not all love ends with shouting. Sometimes it ends in whispers. After the dust of divorce settled, they didn't vanish.
No.
They shined, separately. Jung-ki returned sharper, colder, more focused. His roles became darker, more brooding. From Vincenzo to Reborn Rich, he traded his soft smile for steely eyes. It was as if he poured his pain into every line, every scene. Fans noticed. And Haikyo? She grew quieter. Graceful, yes, but now with an edge. In interviews, her voice was steady but guarded. Her eyes, once full of soft curiosity, now carried history, like a woman who knew what it meant to lose love not in a fight, but in silence. They were both evolving, but never crossing paths again. Never a mention. Never a like. As if their chapter had been blacked out line by line. Behind the scenes, rumors brewed. That the pressure of perfection had crushed them. That their careers were moving too fast, too far. That maybe love was real, but timing wasn't. Others whispered that the media's obsession was a third person in the marriage. No confirmations. No denials. Just quiet, practiced smiles. And that heavy feeling fans knew too well. Some love stories, and not because they're fake, but because they're too real for the world watching. To this day, no one really knows what happened. Was there a final fight? Did they say goodbye with words? Or just a look? Did one of them try to stay? And do they still think of each other? Maybe Jung-ki pauses when he hears her favorite song in a cafe. Maybe Haikyo still smiles at photos of their wedding, tucked away in a drawer no one opens. Maybe they walk past each other in their dreams, saying all the things they couldn't in real life. We don't know. And maybe that's why fans can't let go. Because in the short time they were together, they did something magical. They made love feel real. They made fairy tales believable. They reminded us that sometimes love doesn't need to last forever to be unforgettable. And that's why the Song Song couple is still whispered about. Not because of drama, not because of scandal, but because what they had was real, even if only for a moment. Some stories don't need a dramatic ending. Some love stories become legends not because they were perfect, but because they were real, raw, and brave enough to be seen. And maybe that's the most beautiful kind of love there is. They were once strangers who lit up the world together. Now they're stars still shining, just in different skies.